goes again. This one is pulled into the corner and left. Davis on the move, heading to third. They're going to wave him home. He's going to score without a throw, and Detroit's in front 2-1. Adrenaline pumping a little bit. Martinez with a blast to left, and it is down into the corner. Victor Martinez hustles to third. J.D. Martinez with a stand-up double, and the Tigers with runners at second and third and only one down. Waits on the 3-1 pitch from Porcello. Grounded back up the box. Oh, what a play by Kinsler. Throws from his knees. What a scoop by Cabrera.
Outstanding play by Kinsler.
This one's hammered to right. That's gone. Tigers with their first lead. The 3-1 pitch. Pounded to left. Standing still is Danks. Kinsler tags. The Tigers pad their lead by 2. Squares early here, down to third, and that's a beautifully executed bunt by the Tigers catcher, Brian Holiday. Davis ropes one to left. First pitch here in the 7th. He's going to dig for 2, and he is in there. Get them leaning a little bit, huh? This one is ripped to short. Nice play by Romine. Good arm across the diamond. Tapper to short. It's going to be a tough play to get Davis. Safe at first a year ago. Kinsler pokes one to left center, and that'll drop. Davis will score, and the Tigers now lead by 5. Pounded to right center. Eaton's got it, but it's good enough to move Martinez home, and J.D. Martinez to third, and we are tied at 1. It has been a bit of a circus in the majors this year. Teams up and down, division leads seized, others given away. The AL Central has been tight throughout, and it remains that way with just 5 games left on the regular season docket. Detroit nursing a 1-game lead entering play today over the Royals, and the magic number is at 5. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Matinee Baseball. Alongside my partner, Rod Allen, I'm Matt Shepard, filling in for Mario Impemba. You're like the batting instructor, for crying out loud, helping everybody along, and this is a marquee showdown, not just in the American League, Rod, but in all of baseball. Justin Verlander lives for these moments, doesn't he?
Justin Verlander, for me, pitched his best outing of the season 5 days ago without that real big fastball.
You know, Brad Ausmus told us before the game, too, might have had his best curveball of the night that night. He is 2-1 against the White Sox so far this season and averaging almost a strikeout per inning. His opponent, Chris Sale, just the 2nd time these two will ever square off, and you think he's got something really important to pitch for today.
Well, Felix Hernandez, he really stubbed his toe last night in Toronto. He go all the way back to the big unit, Randy Johnson.
The only time he faced Justin Verlander, he lost 4-2. Stick around. After a quick break, we head back to the Coliseum Studios in Justin White. Miguel Cabrera hasn't hit Chris Sale all that well, but boy, was he awesome last night. His 19th game-winning RBI of the season. Tigers and White Sox right around the corner. Stay with us. Thanks, Trev. Victor Martinez with a strikeout back in the 1st, and unassisted ground out to Mark Teixeira in the 3rd. Martinez, though, has reached base in 12 straight games, and during that streak, he's got an on-base percentage of .509. I think that's good. Just outside. Trev was just updating us on the White Sox and Indians and the Royals as well. Here's the AL wildcard standings. Angels and A's also battling for supremacy in the AL West. Tigers a half game back of Seattle. Yankees and Tribe trying to close hard. 1-1 pitch. It's 1-2. You and I were talking with Victor Martinez earlier at his locker in the clubhouse, talking about how important it is for him to help lead this team. And I know sometimes we overuse the word lead, but he really takes it upon himself to talk to the young guys, to make sure he grinds out at bats. And he loves this time of the year. He's been in the postseason a lot, and he loves coming out here. He says he looks around, he sees all the fans. This is why he plays the game. This is why you guys play the game of baseball. Hangs in there tough.
He leads by example. I mean, you see him in the cage. He's the first one there, last one to leave. On Sunday mornings when it's optional hitting on the field, most veterans don't hit on the field. He's out there leading the charge. as you mentioned, always talking to the young players in the clubhouse. They really missed him a couple of years ago when he was out with that injury, but he's back now showing those same leadership skills.
Hitting in the batting cage underneath the dugout earlier tonight because the tarp was on the field. Is the 1-2 pitch. Grounder isn't going to get through. Yes, it will. Base hit for Victor Martinez to start the 6th.
When you're going good, you're going good. Victor is so good with 2 strikes. He doesn't overswing. He gets that front foot down so it's firm, and he's got something to rotate against with the hips. And he keeps that head down. He's got a pretty swing.
Great follow through.
Pretty swing.
I'll guarantee he didn't pick out the music down in that cage though earlier because it was country music. There's
No, that
no
wasn't
way he
him.
was swinging to that. No.
That wasn't him.
JD Martinez stands in. He's had a nice night.
The country music mess up your rhythm.
Depends on who's in the box. Takes it tight and it's 1-0. Martinez singled and scored in the 2nd. And singled in the 3rd as well. And that was an RBI single there in the 3rd that played at Miguel Cabrera. And that's the difference in the ball game right now. Yankees have out hit the Tigers 7-5, but the Tigers have the upper hand in the most important column. This one is laced to left, and it is off the wall. Victor Martinez hustling for 3rd. He will cruise, and JD Martinez is 3 for 3.
He is wearing out Brandon McCarthy here tonight. I see you, JD. That's a 2-seam fastball. He does not quite get in far enough. JD Martinez able to pull his hands in closer to his body and barrel it up. And Ichiro Suzuki played it very nicely off the wall. JD Martinez really had to hustle to get that double.
Well, that double's out of the box, isn't it? It's not
Absolutely.
grounded first. That's out of the box.
Especially on the ball hit that hard.
Yeah. 3 for 3 night for JD Martinez.
He loves hitting in Comerica Park, this JD Martinez. His numbers here much better than his numbers away from Comerica Park.
He's also 4 for 6 against Brandon McCarthy in his career. Castellanos a little anxious, and it's 0-1.
He's trying to stay inside that sinker down and in. Yankees are playing their defense about halfway depth, and that's because Victor Martinez is on 3rd base. Anything on the ground, Victor's not going to come home. That's why they're buying themselves a little bit more room by not playing in at the cut of the grass.
The 0-1 pitch for Nick Castellanos. Back up the box. Base hit. Victor Martinez scores, and Dave Clark will hold on. JD Martinez at 3rd.
What an at-bat by Castellanos. When we get a look at this replay, I think this ball is going to be off the plate by about 3 or 4 inches, but he pulled his hands in very nicely, just trying to hit the ball the other way, because that's what you do with sinker ballers. Now look at where this ball is. That ball is about 3-4 inches off the plate, but his hands are in front of his body when he makes contact with it.
You would think a young player would immediately turn on that and hit it to left. Was that designed by Castellanos, a conscious effort to hit it inside out because you had runners at 2nd and 3rd, do you think?
Absolutely, and that's his swing anyway, but more importantly, against a guy like McCarthy, who has that really good sinker. Tigers have made some nice adjustments against him today.
Alex Avila stands in and looks at one just outside the zone. Detroit now 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Remember, Brandon McCarthy had retired 7 straight Tigers before this inning. He's given up a single to Victor Martinez, a double to JD Martinez, and a run-scoring RBI single to Nick Castellanos.
In his last 3 starts, the Tigers could do nothing against McCarthy.
This one is grounded to 2nd. Should be 2. Drew turns it, but another run scores, and Detroit bumps the lead to 4-1.
His one more look at the Castellanos swing in Phantom Cam. You can see him forcing his hands to get in front of his body. That ball is 3 inches off the plate inside, and he still was able to fight it off and hit the ball up the middle. It's a great swing by Nick.
Base is empty for Gino Suarez with 2 down. Again, Brandon McCarthy, previous 3 games started against Detroit, 3-0, 19 2/3 of an inning, only 1 earned run.
I saw that.
0-2 for Suarez. Now the Yankee bullpen gets moving. Pitches to strike out Suarez, but the Tigers do damage. They collect 3 hits. They plate 2. They've doubled their lead now. It's 4-1, Detroit in front as we head to the 7th.